Do you remember what it felt like to lose yourself in a question? Not to quickly Google something and move on, but to spend an afternoon following a thread from one idea to the next, building a web of understanding that felt almost physical in your mind. Most of us had that once. And then, somewhere along the way, we stopped. We tell ourselves it's because we grew up or got busy or that we're just not naturally curious people. But that's not quite right. Because curiosity isn't a personality trait you either have or you don't. It's a neurological state. And like any state, it can be cultivated or it can atrophy. The uncomfortable truth is that the world we've built, the one optimized for answers, efficiency, and avoiding mistakes, has systematically trained us out of the one capacity that might matter most in the age of AI. Here's the inversion we're living through. For all of human history, value came from having the right answers. Expertise was knowledge possessed. But AI has flipped the board. In a world where any question can generate a near-perfect answer in seconds, the value doesn't live in the answer anymore. It lives in the question, and the ability to ask questions worth asking, the kind that open up entire territories of understanding rather than close a single information gap. That's curiosity. Deep, disciplined, effortful curiosity. And most of us have forgotten how to do it. Neuroscientist George Loewenstein called curiosity an information gap, the uncomfortable space between what we know and what we want to know. When that gap opens, the brain releases dopamine in the same reward circuits that drive motivation and pleasure. But here's what's interesting. The dopamine surge happens in anticipation of the answer, not after we get it. The brain isn't rewarding the destination, it's rewarding the hunt. And when we're in that curious state, the hippocampus, the brain's memory center, lights up, priming us to absorb not just the answer we were chasing, but everything around it. Curiosity puts the brain into what researchers call sponge mode. It's the neurological foundation of real learning. But there are two kinds of curiosity, and only one of them matters now. There's shallow curiosity, what psychologists call diversive or deprivation curiosity. It's the quick itch. What's the capital of Mongolia? You search, you find Ulaanbaatar, the itch is scratched, and you move on. It's passive. It's satisfying in the moment. And it's exactly the kind of curiosity that AI makes effortless and therefore worthless. Then there's deep curiosity, epistemic curiosity, or interest curiosity. It's not about finding an answer, it's about building a system of understanding. It's asking, why is Ulaanbaatar the capital? What shaped its geography, its history, its role in Central Asia? It's the sustained, effortful drive to connect ideas across domains, to challenge assumptions, to follow the thread until a mental model emerges. This is the form of curiosity that AI can't replicate because it requires intent. And AI has no intent. It has no desire to know. It only responds. So why did we lose this? It's not laziness. It's not a failure of character. It's a predictable consequence of forces we didn't choose, but can now see clearly. As we age, the brain's dopaminergic system, the one that makes curiosity feel rewarding, naturally declines. The pleasurable high we used to get from discovery dulls. At the same time, we're conditioned by an education system that taught us inquiry is a means to an end, not a continuous process. We learned to find the single right answer, pass the test, and move on. We learned that exploration is inefficient and that asking questions might reveal ignorance, which carries social risk. So we stopped asking. Then we entered workplaces that glorify efficiency and punish mistakes. Curiosity, by its nature, is non-linear. It explores dead ends. It asks questions with no immediate ROI. In a culture optimized for productivity, there's no room for it. And finally, we're drowning in information. The cognitive load of daily life leaves us no mental bandwidth for the effortful work of deep inquiry. So we default to shallow curiosity, endless scrolling, fact snacking, scratching the itch without ever engaging the deeper machinery of learning. But here's what matters. We can get it back. Not by waiting for inspiration, but by practicing a different set of habits. We can reframe the goal from finding answers to finding better questions. Use AI to get the baseline. Then ask, what's the most interesting question this opens up? We can practice what MIT's Hal Gregerson calls question bursting, spending 5 minutes generating as many questions as we can about a topic without trying to answer them, just to separate the act of inquiry from the pressure of knowing. We can diversify what we read, watch, and follow because the most interesting questions live at the intersection of fields we don't yet connect. We can practice saying, "I don't know," out loud, because that phrase creates the information gap that ignites curiosity in the first place. And we can follow the why ladder, asking why 5 times until we move from the surface answer to the systemic truth underneath. This isn't a productivity hack. This is the reclamation of what makes us irreplaceable. In the curiosity economy, the person who knows how to ask the question that no one else thought to ask, and then how to use AI to explore it, will be more valuable than the person who simply knows more. The future doesn't belong to those who know. It belongs to those who wonder.